Hello. Merry Christmas Eve. Hi. Welcome back. Oh, why am I wearing a cowboy hat? That's not the right hat. Ah, I need my Santa hat. There we go. Hello. Yeah, man, you, me, and Henry. It do be Christmas Eve. And that's mainly because I celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. That's how my family's always done it. Yeah. Hello, Henry. Hello, Nara. Hello, Pillow. And hello, Macaron. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve. And congratulations on your streak. I feel a little small, but I also feel like I am in the incorrect place. There we go. We're at my desk. That's what I'm doing here. Anyway. Oop, not the drink. Not the chair. Can I move myself, please? Apparently this drink really wants to be moved. Hang on. If I move it that way. There we go. Whee! Happy shit scram! Hello, Dally, and hello, Jimmy. Merry Chrysler. We're gonna go through all of these, and that's kind of hilarious. I love it. I hope everyone has had a good Monday and that you're settled in and you're cozy. I also hope everybody has tomorrow off from work and or school. You're stealing all the presents. I mean, I do believe we may talk about some spookies that do steal presents. But we will figure that out momentarily. Where is my... Oh yeah, we need to level up here. Yoink. Ta-da! Okay. Cool. We're ready. We're here. And we are talking about ghosties. So, no work for me. Hell yeah. I love that. I love that for you. I'm very happy about it. Let's get our mood music back on real quick. And let me know if I need to change the volume, but we do need a little music. Not the candy cane, Shank. I do have a few candy canes. Honestly, it's so funny. I'm usually not a mint person. Like, I don't really eat mint desserts. But, like, every year at Christmas, I'm like, candy canes? Yeah, boy. That's the shit. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know what exactly makes them different than any of the other mint stuff. Like, I don't even like mint tea. Or just, like, the herb. Mint is not my jam, but I do enjoy a candy cane. You'll eat the whole box into one sitting. That's so funny. I mean, they are addicting, and they just kind of disappear. I like the mini ones this year. I've been enjoying some of the little teeny candy canes to, like, keep in my purse. Like, it's a seasonal peppermint. I guess that's why I like it. Is it an addicting flavor? Only when it comes to hard candy. Like, mint hard candy I can deal with, but, like, if you try and put it in anything else, I'm a little skeptical. Wasn't After Eights, didn't you talk about that during one previous stream? We were talking about, like, candy and seasonal treats, and you brought those up. I forget why we were discussing seasonal treats and what stream it was, but yes, honestly, Brock's candy canes and Brock's candy corn. Those are correct. Those are correct. Tea! Yes! Speaking of tea, I love that. I've actually been... I took a picture of it the other day when I made it. But I didn't post it in the Discord server yet. Because, like, the first brew, it's that light green that you expect from green tea. But then when you brew it the second time, you're brewing it for a shorter amount of time. But it's like uber super green. It's just, I don't know why it gets greener the second brew, but I was like, wowee, that's real green. Now, I've been putting some local honey in it to help soothe the voice, and it is excellent. Thank you, Nara. I appreciate it. Hello, Aqua. Hello, Emily. Hey, hey. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I hope everyone's nice and cozy. Shiny Jump Pluff. Is that in the Discord? Hang on. I've been in hibernation mode today, so... Oh, look at it! It's cute! I forgot what that... It looks like a little dandelion. It's just like a little pink and purple, floofy dandelion. Oh, I like your Pokemon trainer, too. That's a cute outfit. I like it. And I know I got pinged in the J-pop server. Yes, it was Chiopi. I love it. Fantastic. Okay. Ooh, and then there's stuff in the Gakery. Who's bake? Dally! That's beautiful! Oh my god, I'm looking at Dally's Christmas cake. That is excellent. Excellent work. And I love that your Blorbos are hanging out on the Christmas cake. That is great. I actually was going to make one this year. That is so cool. I love it. And I love the little, like, Christmas tree thing that you got on it. Super, super cute. I was going to make one this year because, like, I'm going to go hang out with my mom's and my mom's family tomorrow. And then we're going to go with my partner's family on Catterday. And so I was thinking of making a Christmas cake for Catterday's Christmas gathering. Oh, you got more cat girls? I mean, obviously, there's always room for more cat girls. Who did you get? What recipe did you use for Christmas cake? I always ended up following Cooking with Dog. I don't know if y'all remember Cooking with Dog. They were one of my favorite channels for learning how to cook Japanese food. You know, and I think y'all were right. I think we were talking about sweets during Ace Attorney. I don't know why, but we just do sometimes. Hello, Lily. Alola. Merry Christmas Eve Eve. Yes, Cure Macaron. I love her. She's great. Fantastic. Hey! Awesome. I love that. Aw. I'm glad I could preach the gospel of cooking with dog. I love Chef. She's adorable. Ooh, Lady Rabbit. That's cute. Cats and rabbits, they just go together, man. I feel that. Speaking of cats, there are cat spirits. So we're gonna discuss, Elita's not here yet. Elita posted a Mayan spirit in the folklore section of Discord, but I don't know if it's Christmas or, you know, Yuletide themed in any way. So I will have to look. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna learn about some Christmas, I don't know what you call them, spirits? I call them spirits, but not all of them are ghosts. Some of them are very much alive. But I just, like, I don't know, Christmas creatures seemed a little on the nose, you know what I mean? Oh, in February, what con? Let me know. Man, a lot of times when I was searching like Christmas spirits, I kept getting like alcohol, like cocktail recipes for Christmas. And I'm like, no, this is not the Christmas spirits that I was looking for. But I thought it was kind of funny. Yes! Oh my god, it does give off those vibes, doesn't it? Cooking with dog. Excellent. Like Ratatouille, but with dog. Yes, I love Ushikan. Ushikan was able to get some great guests. Actually, I was talking with them about doing Maid Cafe stuff. I'll have to see if I can dig up that email and see what's up. Christmas mythology. Okay. All right, I'll take that. Terrified school teacher at a ghoul school. Interesting. And congratulations on your streak, Aqua. Very nice. Christmas legends. Let's see. Let's go ahead. What should I start with? I have a bunch of tabs open. This one article I found, it's called "You'd Better Watch Out: Holiday Horrors and Truly Terrifying Traditions from Around the Globe." So, hold on, let me get a picture. I feel like we should start with one that I think everybody knows. You know what I mean? Let's see. Of course, there's always some kind of weird shit that they add for anime, isn't it? Oh, what? There's so many good pictures. What should I use? I think this one's funny. Let me move around. Saint Nicholas! Well, I guess I should start with that. I was gonna start off with something else, but let me get the legend of Saint Nicholas. Actually, of course Krampus is a must. Our guy has to be there. What was I saying? Oh, so have y'all ever seen, there's this, so like the Rankin Bass claymation movies, like I watch them all every year, right? But the last like claymation movie they ever made was in 1985. It was the last like claymation Christmas special. And it's called The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. And it's based off a book written by L. Frank Baum, who wrote The Wizard of Oz. And it's like the origins of Santa Claus. And I swear to God, it is a fucking fever dream. That is, I showed it to my partner the other day for the first time. And they look at me and they go, Martha, this is the weirdest Christmas movie I have ever fucking seen. It's so, like, Santa Claus is found in the snow by the great woodsman of the forest, who's part of the Council of Immortals. And he's like, this baby must be protected. There are no other mortals here. And so he gives the baby to a lioness. And he says, Shiegra, lioness of the woods, protect this mortal baby until I can figure out what to do with it. And she's like, bet. So he makes an announcement to his, like, council, and he's like, hey, there's this mortal baby, and I gotta figure out who it belongs to, but it's with the lioness, just, like, leave it alone. And one of the wood nymphs is like, what's a baby? I've never seen a baby. I want to go see it. And so she goes to the lion's den, sees the baby, and is like, you know what? I am overcome by this feeling of wanting to be a mother. And you're like, what? And so she waits until Shiegra, the lioness, is asleep and steals the baby and brings him into the forest, which is apparently against immortal law. And so she gets in trouble, but she's like, I want to know the joy of being a mother, and I want to take care of this mortal baby. And so she names him Claus. And so he grows up around, like, nymphs and fairies and all these immortal creatures. And then when he's like 12, the great Ak is like, I must teach you about the horrors of man, because that is the world you come from. And he flies Santa Claus around the fucking world as a preteen, showing him all of the terrible things that humans do to each other. And so this 12-year-old is like, I want to make the mortal world a better place. And so off he goes with the lioness and one of the, like, forest nymphs to go and, like, build a house and live in a mortal village. No, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, no, not a lot of people have seen it. For a while, I felt like I just made it up in my head, but then I looked for it and I was like, no, this is a thing that I saw when I was a child. So, and they introduce a villain, like, halfway through the film. It's so odd. It is. But the whole point of the film is that the Council of Immortals, Great Ak is telling them the story of Claus's life because he wants to bestow immortality upon Santa Claus so that he can continue to bring joy to children forever. And so all these immortal creatures are like, what's so good about this fucking toy maker? Why should we let him live forever? He can die. Like, it's so strange. Nah, man, you haven't even got to the... Oh, God, I can't spoil the whole thing, because the villains they introduce, like, halfway through the movie is just... Oh, God, it's so odd. I need to read the book, because apparently there's some stuff that the 50-minute Christmas special couldn't get to, and I want to see what, like, acid trip-induced bullshit L. Frank Baum put in the book. Yes, I do enjoy the Rudolph. I enjoy Santa Claus is Coming to Town, The Year Without a Santa Claus. Yes, Jack Frost. Henry, there's Jack Frost, the one that was, like, totally not about the Soviet Union, but was definitely about the Soviet Union. Goofy. I just wonder who pitched these things and like who approved them. They're just so silly. Yes, no, mostly Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is probably the most, like, tame and, like, non-drug induced out of all of the Christmas specials. 1970, yeah, because I know Rudolph was done in the 60s, I think. Yeah, and that was the first one. Have y'all seen Nestor, the long-eared Christmas donkey? It's the Catholic version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. None of the workers wanted this donkey because his ears were too long. But then he's visited by a cherub and is like, Nestor, you have a purpose. Go to Bethlehem. And so Nestor ends up being the donkey that carries a very pregnant Mary and Joseph to Bethlehem, tripping over his very long ears along the way. And he gets to, like, meet with the baby Jesus. No, it's so strange. It's Catholic because it's No, no. All donkeys have longish ears, but these were ears that like went down to his feet. Like Dumbo kind of shit. It's so odd. Jack Frost. Yes! No, the ending does piss me off. Like, Jack was so close. He was so close. And yet, they introduce Hot Night Puppet like 2/3 of the way through the film, and then he gets the girl. Annoying. It's very annoying. No, no relation to Dominic. Dominic is not... Dominic is not in that film. I'm so glad you remembered. That's... Oh, God. That made me happy being able to introduce you to Dominic. Honestly, Christmas things... Yes! Oh my God, Emily! I watch Rudolph's Shiny New Year every New Year's Eve. Objectively, it is terrible, but I love it so much. It's so good. It's so silly, but I love the fact that I also have a New Year's special that I can watch every year. Yes. It's a good time. No, that's Frosty the... Oh, no. No, it's not the Snowman movie. So Jack Frost is another Rankin Bass claymation special. And Jack Frost is the spirit, of course, that makes it cold. And so in this totally not Soviet Union country, this woman named Elisa, her parents are pressuring her to get married. And she's like, I'm in love with Jack Frost. And so the spirit hears that and he's like, Father Winter, I gotta be human. There's a babe down there who wants me. And Father Winter is like, I will turn you human for a short period of time. But in that time, you must get the 4 requirements of being a human. A horse, a house, gold, and a wife. If you can do that before spring comes, you'll stay human forever. But if not, you'll turn back into a spirit. Very Little Mermaid-esque. So off he goes to meet Elisa in human form, and getting gold and a house and a horse is very hard because there is an evil, totally not Soviet dictator named Kubla Kraus, and he is a wealth hoarder. And so all of the peasants in town, whenever it's wintertime, they use ice currency. They make coins out of icicles, and that's their currency. And Jack is like, well, I'm fucked. I gotta go defeat this Kubla Kraus guy so I can get gold and a house. And so he goes to fight Kubla Kraus, but lo and behold, he gets stuck in the dungeon, and there's a knight, like a handsome human knight who comes in, sweeps Elisa off her feet, and Jack is like, well, I can't help if I'm in the dungeon, so Father Winter, make me a spirit again. And so he casts a winter storm on Kubla Kraus's castle, and it lasts for weeks. And so, Kubla Kraus is defeated because he can't hoard wealth and be mean to the peasants if he's stuck in his icy castle. But Elisa has fallen in love with the hot knight, and so he had a horse, a house, and gold after Kubla Kraus left, but then he wasn't able to get the girl, and so he's back to a spirit, and it's sad. So yeah, that's Jack Frost. Also, there's a groundhog in the beginning, played by Buddy Hackett. I don't really know what the groundhog has to do with everything, but, he's the narrator, so there's that. Well, we're talking about Jack Frost. It's just in relation to the movie. Hi, Alyssa. Welcome. Merry Christmas Eve. But honestly, you should watch it just for Kubla Kraus. Not my left, Kaputnik! He's such a strange little villain, and I love all of the vague Eastern European accents. Honestly, maybe I should just stream some movies in the Discord server. Right, yeah, because I guess you need a winter special for fucking Groundhog Day. I guess you could do that. Yes, so Jack could have more time. Mercy. And hello, Elita. Oh, Elita, I had a question. Was your Mayan spirit that you put in the Discord server, is that Christmas related or is that just in general? Let me know. I'm gonna drink some more water. Dirt rat. Not Christmas related. Okay. All right. Okay, let's, history.com has some good Santa Claus origins. Okay, but I don't need you to play. I don't need you to play the YouTube video. Please stop. Stop. Stop it. Okay. So, let me get up a picture of our man. Let me get a good... Oh, that's cool. I like that one. Alright. Let me get our picture up here. And we're going to talk about Saint Nicholas, aka Santa Claus. Oh, of course, Krampus is obviously going to come around. Don't you worry. Krampus is essential spooky Christmas material. Yes, the Yule Goat! I love the Yule Goat. There's the Yule Goat and the Yule Cat. Where is... Oh, hang on. Let me get the correct image of our boy. Hello? Oh. Yoink. Oi, I must fixed. It's a craftable item? Enjoy your lurk, Aqua. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a lovely holiday and that it is cozy and relaxing. And we'll see you next time. Oops. Yoink. Alright, here is Saint Nicholas. Here's our guy. Giving gifts to the children. Yes, the Italian Christmas jockey, Dominic, our boy. All right, so Saint Nicholas, aka Santa Claus, and some of these creatures that we're gonna be talking about do. Oh, I need mustache. Okay, yes, I do need facial hair for Saint Nicholas. Thank you. We are on topic. I love it. So some of these will predate Sandy Claus, but we're gonna start off with him because he's the most popular. Also, hang on. I'm gonna take that away. I need a themed drink. The regular tea is cute, but I need that. Yee! Themed cocoa. Oh, it's not gonna... Why won't you sit on the desk? Hang on. I need hot cocoa, and I did have a lovely hot cocoa the other night after karaoke. I finally finished. You know how, like, sometimes people buy you the same gift because they know you like it, but, like, you have so many of them. I had, like, 3 things of hot cocoa in my fucking pantry because people kept buying them. Oh, cozy time too. All right, we are cozy. We have cocoa and a Santa hat. And a mustache. We are so here. We are on theme. In the mug, cute. I love it. I like a theme. I like being on theme. Cozy with the hot Chucky. But no, I finally finished one of the 3 things of hot cocoa that's in my cabinet. So now I'm working through the second one. And I really hope I don't get any more for Christmas this year. I'm like, I love it, but I can only use so much, guys. Alright, so Saint Nicholas can be traced back multiple hundreds of years. Ha! Just mail it to you? Okay. Oh. What is everyone's favorite hot cocoa? Do you get the bougie kind? Do you use the Swiss Miss packets? Do you make your own? Discuss whilst we learn about Santa Claus. So, it is believed that Saint Nicholas was born around 280 AD near Myra in modern-day Turkey. So, Santa is... Jimmy's got his own hot cocoa. Yo. I'm gonna need to learn. Yes, unsweet cocoa powder. Yeah, I'll do unsweet cocoa powder, dry milk powder. Yes, spices. I'm into it. Good old Swiss Miss, but no marshmallows. Right, we're the whipped cream bitches. Oh, goodness. I'm reading ahead in the article. One of the best known St. Nicholas stories is the time he saved 3 poor sisters from being sold into prostitution by their father by providing them a dowry so they could be married. All right. Okay, St. Nicholas. He's not just in it for the kids, but he's in it for everybody, and I kind of love that for him. Ooh! Fresh ground hot cocoa? That's interesting. I love that. Ooh, you got some fancy ones, Henry. One year I got a, Williams Sonoma hot chocolate as a gift. It was like chocolate shavings. It was kind of a pain in the butt to melt down, but it was pretty tasty. Dolly! Okay, Elita knows that. Elita knows it. Okay. Take this shiny object and get yourself a rich husband. Yeah, man. So, Saint Nicholas is known as, the protector of children, right? But apparently he's also protector of sailors and their long journeys abroad, which is new to me, but okay. He was actually the most popular saint in Europe by the Renaissance period. And even after the Protestant Reformation, when a lot of people were moving away from the Catholic Church, they still wanted to, worship and celebrate Saint Nicholas, even though they didn't have saints in Protestant religions. They're like, nah, we're not giving up Nicholas. He's our boy. Also the saint of giving and providing for the poor. That tracks. He punched out Arius. I don't know who Arius is. Does this... Let me see if that... Interesting. Hold on, who is this Arius guy and why did Nicholas punch him out? Oh, Nicholas loses his cool. Okay, let's see. Okay, so in AD 325, apparently St. Nicholas was a bishop at this point. Ooh, I like the abominable snowman. We can do that. If Saint Nick is punching someone, it's for a good reason. Well, let's see. So he was one of more than 300 bishops that came to debate the nature of the Holy Trinity. And so Arius, he was a bishop from Egypt, and he was teaching that Jesus the Son was not equal to God the Father. And so he kept arguing that at length. And so the bishop, all of the other bishops listened respectfully, but as the longer he talked, Nicholas just got more and more angry. He was honestly mad. And so he believed that each of the three parts of the Holy Trinity were equal. And he got so fucking mad that he got up, crossed the room, and just slapped Arius across the face because he just couldn't believe that this guy was out here preaching nonsense, mad, angry. And so he just slapped that man in front of God and everybody. And so they brought Nicholas to Emperor Constantine. So Constantine was like, okay, technically you're not supposed to be slapping people, but like, this is y'all's problem. This is not my issue. You can punish him how you see fit, but like, this is not my business. So, damn, they threw him into jail. They threw Nicholas into jail for the rest of the meeting and then decide his future. So he prayed for forgiveness, but he's like, I still believe in this. Oh, so he had a dream that Jesus and Mary the mother appeared and asked him, why are you in jail, Nicholas? And he says, because of my love for you. And so Jesus gave the book of the Gospels to Nicholas. And so Nicholas studied the scriptures that apparently Jesus gave him. And so when the jailer came to go fetch Nicholas after the conference was over, he found Nicholas unchanged reading scripture. And so the jailer went and told Constantine. And so Constantine was like, oh, fuck, we fucked up. Free that man. And so they freed Nicholas. He was fully reinstated. And then, you know, the Holy Trinity became 3 in 1. And everybody's equal. So, yeah. Interesting. Disrespecting the Holy Trinity apparently is, yeah, it's divisive in the different branches. I mean, when I grew up in the church, and that was one of the things that we were taught, was that no one of the Holy Trinity is like more important than the other. Each of them is each of them is an important piece as part of the whole, right? But they are equal. And apparently the Nicene Creed came out of this conference that Nicholas disrupted, I guess. I remember reciting the Nicene Creed in church. Pickle jar? What? We're over here talking theology, and Jimmy's like, wait a minute, what about pickles? Well, isn't there like a tradition around Christmas in I think, is it Germany? Where you like hide a pickle in the Christmas tree. I wonder if it has something to, hold on, Saint Nick pickle jar. Let's, Saint Nicholas pickle. Santa and the pickled children. Look at this. Jimmy's right on the money. That's crazy. Yeah, no, Jesus was like, that's my guy. He went to bat for me. New tradition, find the pickle in the tree. I don't know. I just saw that very briefly somewhere. Nara's like, this is odd shit, but okay. Arianism ended up being a thing for quite a while because a bunch of missionaries who hadn't gotten the message yet that Arius' teachings had been declared heretical and converted a bunch of Germanic tribes like the Visigoths to Arianism. Interesting. That is interesting. Would keep the cats away? I don't know, man. Velcro might go for that pickle. No, I feel that. I am not into patriarchal religions, but because I grew up in the church, I do have some knowledge of it, you know? Okay, so Santa and the Pickled Children. This is such an odd title, but we're gonna go with it. So Santa Claus is apparently an evolution of the Christian Saint Nicholas, born in Turkey, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so the Saint Nicholas story starts with his kindness to 3 young women. The girls were sisters from a poor family on the brink of starvation and wholly unable to provide a marriage dowry to secure their futures. Their father was too proud to accept charity and instead vowed to sell each of the girls into prostitution when they came of age. Saint Nicholas heard about this and said, fuck that. So the night before each girl came of age, he threw a purse full of gold coins through her window and the girls were saved. Okay. So there's a story about how he became the patron saint of children. One night, 3 little boys came to the house of a butcher looking for some food and a place to spend the night. The butcher welcomed them in, his fake hospitality hiding his nefarious intentions. So the little boys entered, the butcher— oh my god! Oh no! The butcher slaughtered them, cut them up, and then put them in a pickling barrel, intending to sell them as ham. What? Pickled them! Jesus! Okay, well, 7 years later, St. Nicholas stopped by the very same spot and somehow, knowing what had transpired, asked to be taken to the pickling barrel. The butcher fled and St. Nicholas made his way over to the barrel. He placed his fingers on the barrel's edge and, praying to God, brought the 3 little boys back to life. The pickling story has been turned into a popular French Christmas carol, The Legend of St. Nicholas. It has also been suggested as the basis of a strange American tradition of the Christmas pickle, where a pickle-shaped ornament is hung on the Christmas tree. I always wondered, because I had seen I've seen pickle Christmas ornaments, like at all like big box stores, and I always wondered why they did pickles, and I guess that's why. In this ritual, the first person to locate the pickle on Christmas morning gets an extra present or gets to choose which present it's opened first. While marketed as an old German tradition, there is no evidence to support those claims. Okay, interesting. Wow. Yup. Damn, look at us. We're connecting all the dots. Hold on, I feel like I missed something. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, Pillow. I'm sorry that has to happen on Christmas. I hope it's quick and painless for him, at least. If the story ended, I'd think it was a German fan. No. They weren't gonna let those kids die. The origin of the Christmas pickle. Well, maybe I'll eat some pickles tomorrow. That's crazy. The Christmas pickle. Okay, but how did we go from Saint Nicholas to Santa Claus? So apparently Saint Nicholas's feast day of the saint is on December 6th. So maybe it's the association of December and Saint Nicholas that went there. Ooh, how he came into American culture. Okay, this might give us some information. Saint Nicholas made his first inroads into American popular culture towards the end of the 18th century. In December 1773 and in 1774, a New York newspaper reported that groups of Dutch families had gathered to honor the anniversary of his death. Because St. Nicholas was especially popular in Holland, in the Netherlands for some reason. A hot pickle! Spicy pickles! We do like a spicy pickle. Yeah, no, German fairy tales are supposed to be lessons. They're scaring children into behaving, but they kind of scare me too. Christmas is just Christian-based Saturnalia. Did the background music get louder? Hold on. Maybe it's just that particular song. Let me see if that turning it down helps. Well, I know, like, winter solstice is on December 21st. Like, we just celebrated the solstice. And I know that, like, a bunch of pagan traditions were turned into Christmas. Because I think there's evidence that Jesus was actually born in, like, April or some shit. Or no, was it August? One of the A months. Anyway. So the name Santa Claus evolved from St. Nicholas's Dutch nickname Sinterklaas, a shortened form of Sint Nicolaas, Dutch for St. Nicholas. In 1804, John Pintard, a member of the New York Historical Society, distributed woodcuts of St. Nicholas at the Society's annual meeting. The background of the engraving contains now familiar Santa images, including stockings filled with toys and fruit hung over a fireplace. In 1809, Washington Irving helped to popularize the Sinterklaas stories when he referred to St. Nicholas as the patron saint of New York in his book, The History of New York. Okay, so he just decided that. As his prominence grew, Sinterklaas was described as everything from a rascal with a blue three-cornered hat, red waistcoat, and yellow stockings, to a man wearing a broad-brimmed hat and a huge pair of Flemish trunk hose. Okay. Interesting. And then, of course, we had the poem in 1822, an account of a visit from St. Nicholas, or more popularly known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, right? So, I think the popularization of Sinterklaas, or Santa Claus, had him write this poem, and the poem, became hugely popular, and a lot of our modern depictions of Santa Claus come from this poem. So yeah, because he described Santa Claus as a right jolly old elf with a portly figure and the supernatural ability to ascend a chimney with a mere nod of his head. Now, about the chimneys. Oh yeah, and Coca-Cola. So I think it started with the poem and then kind of morphed into... I think the red and white specifically is from Coca-Cola. Although there is a Santa in a red outfit drawn in 1881 here. He doesn't have the hat. It's like a holly wreath on his head. Kind of similar to St. Nicholas. Interesting. Oh, so in 1881, that cartoon, let me show y'all. This was the first instance of Santa Claus in his all-red outfit with the white trim. And this was drawn by a political cartoonist in 1881. And you see how his holly wreath there. That's cool. You and Jesus' birthday month, buddies. I love that for you. He is cute. Right. I like that. Very cute. The Christmas date for Jesus is based on a Jewish tradition about when prophets die. Interesting. Google/Reddit says Jesus was likely born in September. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that, but I don't know a whole lot about Jewish folklore, so that's cool. Yes, Christmas was all about trying to convert pagans. Yes. Yes, it was. Yep. Honestly, there are a lot of Christian traditions that were brought in from pagan cultures because they wanted more people to believe in their god. So... interesting. Well, there's St. Nicholas for you. Kind of a... not the most, like, cohesive history, but we got some cool stuff. Alright. So we have St. Nicholas. So we talked about Nicholas. Let's talk about his sidekick over in Europe, Germany specifically. Let's talk about our boy Krampus. Let's discuss. Because he was always marketed as Santa Claus's sidekick. And actually, where is it? I actually watched the newest Christmas films that come out these days called Red One. And Krampus was said to be Santa's brother in this movie. So I'm wondering if that has any merit in, like, folklore traditions. Here's a little vintage Christmas card with Krampus in his red boots chasing after a child with a switch. Because he was naughty, apparently. Saturnalia ends before Christmas. Probably has influence, but doesn't determine the actual date. Oh, it's his brother in a lot of stories. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. I'm gonna take my mustache off. His evil twin. I don't know if they're twins, but they were marketed as brothers. Henry! Shush! So, Krampus is probably the most famous of all of the, like, horrific Christmas monsters. And there have been horror films based around Krampus. There's actually, like, haunted houses, and scare actors, like, who usually do stuff on Halloween. Some haunted houses will open up around Christmas time, and they'll be Krampus themed. And there's also a celebration of Krampus, Krampusnacht, that happens on December 5th. Krampusnacht or Krampus Night. So he is part goat and part demon, so that's why he's got his horns and the tail. God, I can't take y'all anywhere. I can't take you anywhere with this damn monsters and Krampus. I do like his coat and his boots, though. That's pretty great. So, St. Nicholas leaves candy and little toys and trinkets for the good children. He leaves a warning for the children by leaving birch sticks for naughty children. And so that's their warning that Krampus is coming for him, because Krampus's sole purpose and sole duty is to punish the naughty children by beating them with said sticks, allegedly. Yeah. So the best, apparently that's the best case scenario, is Krampus using the birch branches to swat those children. Worst case scenario is Krampus shoves the naughty children into his bag and drags them into the underworld. And once they're there, he decides whether or not he's gonna eat those children. So, Krampus. What a Jimmy coat and boots, but he's got his pussy out. God damn it, Jimmy. He's gotta let the air run through it. Airing it out. Oh, God. Yeah. Well, he can eat children, but he doesn't always eat the children. Fucking Donald Duck in it, Winnie the Pooh. Yup. So yeah, Krampus is supposed to scare the children into behaving well. And I think, because Krampusnacht was really only celebrated in Europe for a long time, but I've been seeing Krampusnacht, like, parades and festivals popping up here in the States in more recent years. You know, as the horror girlies get really into it, and that's another way to make money during the holiday season, so people have decided to throw these festivals. What works? Behave or die? Scaring the children into behaving. Perfect. Oh, there was one in San Antonio? That's cool. I would love to go to one. That would be interesting. After striping, the candy canes are whittled down to the proper size and fed through the twister. The two belts run in opposite direction, and as some of these things say he has a cowbell on him. Interesting. Ooh. Okay, so some Krampusnacht traditions have stemmed from ancient pagan rituals. So, the ancient pagan ritual was meant to, like, scare the winter ghosts away. So young men would dress up as Krampus, or these mythical creatures, and parade around town to try and scare off the other spirits. So they march around in, like, fur suits with carved masks and with cowbells. So the noise of the cowbell is supposed to scare off the spirits. Ooh, it's also known as the Krampuslauf or the Krampus Run. That's hilarious. Just a bunch of dudes in fur suits, some OG furries running around, running around town trying to scare off ghosts. That should be at a Christmas furry convention. If there's a wintertime furry convention around the holiday season, they should have a Krampus Run. That would be excellent. That would be hilarious. I would love that. Oh, man. How does it always go back to furries in these damn cryptid conversations? Oh, damn, he even got his own comic book series? So, okay, so if Krampus, them suits be hot, it's true. It is true, you should do it in the cold weather. Weather, I can talk. Of course you love monsters. Of course you do. That's so funny. If someone was making a racket, I'd book it too. I want to sleep, not listen to some loonies dance in the winter cold in weird costumes. You know, as pagans do, as we do. That's so funny. So the German Krampus comes from Klampen, which means claw. You know, and he is kind of a monster, so it makes sense. Oh! Tradition has it that he is the son of the Norse god of the underworld, Hel. Now, I hadn't heard that before. I didn't know he had Norse origins. During the 12th century, the Catholic Church attempted to banish Krampus celebrations because of his resemblance to the devil. More eradication attempts followed in 1934 at the hands of Austria's Conservative Christian Social Party, but none of it held because apparently they just love their Monster Man too much. How would you add a coolant system? Maybe like installing some fans or something? That'd be interesting. Hold on. Well, let me... Krampus, Norse mythology. I want to know more about how he was the son of the underworld. No, not all furries are rich.
This is when the church finally decided to honor Jesus' birth, choosing a date close to the winter winter solstice, December 25th.
Is he the son of hell? A lot of the Norse mythology people are saying no, he is not.
A late night, the war stalled to a halt. Thankfully, he has the experience to handle whatever comes his way, and has Granger on his side, offering access to technical product specialists and the scale to deliver fast, so he can keep his business in gear.
Huh.
Moving forward,
No, the Norse mythology girlies are fighting, and a lot of them are saying that's not true. Right, Hel is the daughter of Loki,
So
so...
long ago, the Christmas tree was viewed as a pagan German ritual, until a fashionable queen helped make it a popular tradition.
Everybody's an ad Hel! Oh no.
Livened their homes with evergreen branches during the dark days.
No, we will not let them ban Halloween. They will not take our joy from us.
These evergreen decorations were absorbed into the new religion.
Interesting.
In medieval Germany, Christians garnished pine trees with apples to represent the Garden of Eden. Paradise trees, as they were
Well,
called.
how did we get to...
Germany's Christmas holiday. Over time, other edible decorations like nuts and sugar wafers were added. As 19th century Germans immigrated to other parts of the world, their Christmas trees were viewed as a foreign
Huh.
custom. Until the Christmas of 18
No, I can't find much...
Victoria encouraged her German
I feel like that probably was a rumor somebody started.
as he had in his childhood.
Because I can't really find any other mentions of Krampus in, you know, Norse mythology.
Angel was featured in the fashionable Illustrated London News. Suddenly, the Christmas tree
That's our boy Krampus. So this Christmas card that we've got up here is showing the best case scenario. You just get hit with a switch and off he goes. But if you've been really bad, Ayo, hit Krampus! That it is. Hello, Lorenzo. Merry Christmas Eve Eve. Yeah, we were discussing Krampus. But that's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you get shoved in a bag, taken to hell, and eaten. So,
this year, close to
interesting.
1 million Christmas trees will go on display worldwide. At our nation's capital, the honor of decorating the White House Christmas tree falls to the First Lady.
Give me more about Krampusnacht.
During the presidency of Benjamin Harrison. And in New York City's Rockefeller Center, a giant Norway spruce.
Ah!
Over 25,000 Christmas lights will once again.
No, I'm not giving you my email, National Geographic. Why do I have to log in to read an article?
Temples to an
Y'all
awesome
suck.
display of ornaments and lights. Germany's once pagan tree has become the Christmas centerpiece for millions of Christian families, thanks in part to a popular British queen and the public's desire.
Oh, in recent years, people celebrating Krampusnacht have gone on drunken rampages getting in fights. So,
dealing with the unexpected is part of
that's become a bit of a problem. I don't think Krampus would like that.
running to power through the downpour.
So let's go, since we were talking about Krampus. No, I have not.
Professional grade supplies for every industry.
Listen, I just picked up some royalty-free Christmas music pillow.
With the right partner, you can be prepared for it. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger.
No, it's not an ad, but I can skip this one. Or
Something that many people
I
look
can
forward to
switch.
when the season comes around. And most people today, when you say carol, they associate it with Christmas. They don't associate it with anything else. It's Christmas.
Where is that? Oh!
The carol is initially
That was from National Geographic. I was like, wait a minute, that's not what that Christmas music says. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right, I'm about to say Krampus gonna come get you if you're on a drunken rampage. Only he is allowed to cause havoc. So... let's continue on with our German Christmas spookies, because they do have a lot of them. But can I get a picture, please? Calling them a beta, that's very lightweight punishment. You know, I can't tell. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. So we're gonna go with... No, Henry, good guess, but no. We're going... We gotta talk about a lady spirit this time. Because we've only been talking about men. We're gonna talk about Frau Persta. Frau Persta. Or Persta, however you say it. Oh. Hold on. This is a little picture. Frau Persta, the German Christmas witch. She is all kinds of ooky spooky. Look at that. Alright, so Frau Persta, she's definitely terrifying, and she's not as popular as Krampus because, you know, she doesn't have a comic and a horror movie, but she is equally as scary. And so she's definitely still popular in, like, southern Germany and Austria, but in other places, she's not as well known. So... Frau Persta, also known as Bertha or Bertha, has also been called the Spinnstubenfrau, or the spinning room lady. Yes, Frau is German for lady or woman or like Mrs. Because like Frau is like Mrs. and Fräulein is like Miss or like little girl. So, she is a beaked nose old woman, and apparently her nose is like made of iron. And she's dressed in rags and has a cane. So she looks like a little decrepit old lady, but under her cloak and her rags, she carries a knife. So this lady is armed. So, Frau Persta is more terrifying, not only for children, but I guess she's also kind of terrifying for adults. Because she cares about the state of your home. If your house is nasty, she's gonna come get you. She wants you to clean for the new year. Because, you know, American or like globalized commercial Christmas ends on December 25th, right? But for the longest time, the 12 days of Christmas, we're talking about from December 25th to January 6th. January 6th was originally like Epiphany, or the 12th day of Christmas. And so that was like her deal. Was that you had to have your house clean, your flax spun, everything looking nice by Epiphany, or else she would come and get you. So everything had to be clean by January 6th, and then you have to set up your loom and weave all of your thread into linen. And so if you weren't clean and your linen, if you hadn't woven your flax into linen, Frau Persta would trample into your house and set fire to all of your fucking thread. Yeah, no, unfortunately January 6th has a different connotation now, but I'd rather remember it for Frau Persta. But she says, fuck you, I'm gonna trample into your house, destroy your loom, and, put all your threads on fire. And if your house is like really disgusting, like if you make her really mad, then the rampaging will not only go into your thread, not bread, thread with a TH. She'll go, like, having your threads set on fire is like best case scenario. Worst case scenario is she'll go into your bedroom while you're sleeping, disembowel you, and replace your guts with rocks and straw. So that's what the knife is for. That's why she carries the knife, is to disembowel people who are particularly disgusting. So one way you can appease Frau Persta, spin your thread, make sure your house is clean, but even if it's not like super spick and span, if you leave out a bowl of porridge for Frau Persta, she will be appeased. And she will leave your house. If you've spun your thread and you leave out a bowl of porridge, she's like, fine, I'll take it. She'll have her porridge and then off she goes to the other house. Bad bitch, honestly. Right. She is all about cleanliness, Frau Persta. Yup. That is, you know, honestly, because I am not a child, you know, Krampus goes after naughty children, but Frau Persta is to scare the adults. Frau Persta is there to be like, get your shit together, people. So another name for Frau Persta is Holla. Holla is a winter goddess whose name means shining or bright. So I think she's kind of based on this like pagan goddess Holla. And the Epiphany being like the shining night has that kind of connotation. So there are evil and ugly Persta, or there are pretty Persta. And you can find, of course, they have a Perstenlauf or a Persta run in, you know, Germany and Austria. So you can be, you know, you can have pretty happy Persta because your house is clean and everything's fine, or you can have evil, old, ugly Persta with a knife because you didn't do shit and you didn't leave out your porridge. So, interesting. So I guess if the men dress up as Krampus and cause havoc, the ladies of the region dress up as Persta. And either it's a beauty pageant or they will cause havoc. So, interesting. So, January 6th, we can just think of Frau Persta instead, right? Thank you, Pillow. Thank you so much for resubscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Congratulations, no more ad hell. But yeah, that's our girl Persta. I'm kind of into her. I'm kind of into Persta. Although, honestly, God, she'd probably come after me. I'm a fucking mess. Like, I sweep and I clean, but like I have doom piles everywhere. Like currently on my craft table next to me, I have a doom pile of like wrapping paper and Christmas cards and stickers from getting all of my shit ready. So I gotta clean up by the new year or else Persta's gonna come and have my ass. So there's that. What was the other spirit you mentioned, Henry? Belschnickel? It's the holidays, the doom piles are inevitable. Thank you. I appreciate you, Dally. Belschnickel. I haven't heard of that one. That's new to me. Modern Frau Perstas. Oh, it's all about mental health. Get rid of your doom pile and you'll feel better. Maybe. That could work. No, but I need to clean up my holiday doom pile. Alright, Belschnickel. Bell. That is new. I have never heard of this. I do have the Mighty Hued on my list. Don't you worry. I love that thing. A sidekick for Santa. Okay. But like, who are you? This just looks like a dude. Oh, you leave out porridge? You do? You already knew about Frau Persta and left out porridge? I love porridge. Frau Persta gets me. I love a good porridge. Honestly, I might make some for Christmas breakfast tomorrow. You know, I don't think I'm gonna do that one. That one looks a little... Okay. How about this? Let's get this picture. The Christmas Chronicles 2. I haven't seen the Christmas Chronicles. That's new for me. Oh. Gotta get my man his picture. Why do so many of these Christmas spirits have a whip? Like, what's the deal with the whip? Alright. Okay, I'll have to take a look at it. Belsnickel. He warns children a couple weeks before Christmas to not be Okay. Alright. Krampus type beat. He's kind of scary. Yeah, like he looks like a dude, but a dude with a whip is kind of scary, right? Apparently he's Dutch. Dutch and German, okay. Okay, so December 6th is when he would show up. Yeah, a few weeks before Christmas. Hans Trap? I'll have to look for that. Christmas for BDSM! I hate it. The Belsnickel is often clad in rags and patchwork. Sometimes he blackens his face or wears a mask to appear more fearsome. He carries candy or treats for the obedient children, along with switches or rods for those who have been misbehaving. Naughty children were also made to do a penance, such as recite a Bible verse or a poem for their transgressions. Oh, this was an actual person. Generally, the Belsnickel was someone from the local community, usually an older man or a woman, who knew what the children had been up to during the year. Okay. The Belsnickel was a very popular tradition during the 19th century. It survived in places until the early 20th century, but seems to have merged with Santa Claus as the years have gone by. Interesting. So yeah, companion or servant of Santa Claus. It's like not blackface. Hold on. Looking at some of these pictures, it looks like to me, it looks like just smearing coal all over your face. Like they didn't do like the big lips or, you know, any of the other, you know, minstrel type makeup. Hold on, I can show you a picture if you want. Because this was the only picture I had seen. Yeah, because see, she doesn't... Because here's a woman doing it, and she's just kind of put, like, soot on her face to make her look dirty. But then you have, you know, people like this who just, like... I don't know. I am not an expert on the subject. So I'm not sure what that would be considered. But that has kind of fallen out of fashion. I think that was more popular, you know, back in the 18th and 19th centuries to make them look scary. But I think, like, the dirt look is more popular these days. Yeah. All of these other pictures, it's just, like, covered in soot or ashes or dirt from the fireplace. Yeah, it is kind of a fine line, isn't it? I mean, yes, but I usually feel like indigenous cultures have specific, like, guidelines and, like, patterns and things that they use, and it's not just that. But yeah, I agree. Mostly the Belsnickel is just, like, made to look like he's been out in the woods or, like, by the fire. Wearing animal fur, torn, dirty clothes, and sometimes has deer antlers on his head. Supposed to be very, like, the outdoorsy type. So the German word Bels means fur, and Nickel refers to Saint Nicholas. So the Belsnickel, Christkindl, Belsnickel, or sometimes the Christmas woman, if it's a woman doing this. Like, yeah, outdoorsy Santa. Not the coal mines, goodness. So, unlike Santa, the Belsnickel travels alone and goes a few weeks before Christmas. So you have the switch or the whip in one hand, candies and trinkets in the other, depending on how the children have behaved. So yes, children are supposed to answer questions, sing a song, read a poem. Oh, and when the children do that, he throws cakes, candies, and nuts onto the floor. If children dive greedily for the treats or can't recount their good behavior through the year, the Belsnickel will threaten to swat their hands or back with the switch or the whip. The well-mannered boys and girls get rewarded with the treats. Interesting. Christmas woman makes me wonder when people invented Mrs. Claus. That's true. We'll have to see when she came about, because that would be interesting. Hello, Darkrai. Merry Christmas Eve Eve. We're talking about, like, Christmas spirits and traditions. I'm doing good. I'm chill. I'm happy. Oh, but the Belsnickel's visit reminds children they still have time to stay out of mischief before Christmas and to think twice before misbehaving. So the Belsnickel's a warning. And so then if they're good, between the Belsnickel's visit and when Santa comes, Santa can still give them treats. Getting the switch if you eat floor nuts? Listen, I don't think I would want to eat something that this dirty man threw on the floor. Listen. Like, if they're wrapped, sure, but, like, brother, why are you throwing cake, nuts, and fruit on the floor? Now you just ruined perfectly clean treats. All is well, friend. I hope all is well with you. Although I do know some people, like, crack nuts on the floor. Like, they toss it on the floor and stomp on it to crack the nuts. Maybe if the nuts were still in their shells. But I guess it's like, it's so funny. It's like they're treating the children like a dog. Like, you set the plate in and you have to wait for him to say, like, go or eat or whatever. That's kind of funny. Sounds like Mrs. Claus was the solution to the obsession older generations had with marriage. I don't know. Well, let's look that up. The wife of Santa Claus is first mentioned in the short story A Christmas Legend in 1849 by James Rees, a Philadelphia-based Christian missionary. Hold on, what's Mrs. Claus throughout history? What? Almost what time of year? Christmas? I mean, it's funny. In that strange Christmas movie based on the book by L. Frank Baum that I told y'all about at the beginning of the stream, he's not married in that, and that was written in the early 1900s. So yeah, it seems like this 1849 poem is where she first shows up. As tired travelers, an elderly man and woman, each bearing a bundle on their backs, are granted shelter in a home on Christmas Eve. The next morning, the house's children discover an array of presents for them. The couple is discovered to be the host's long-lost elder daughter and her husband in disguise. Rather than old Santa Claus and his bride, Mrs. Santa Claus is listed by name in the Yale Literary Magazine in 1851, where a student author describes Santa Claus's attendance at a Christmas party. Huh. Interesting. Is that really it? Yeah, no, that seems to be the first depiction of her. And she gained popularity since then. She was featured in Harper's Bazaar magazine in 1862 as a very fashionable lady wearing Hessian high boots, a dozen of short red petticoats, and an old large straw bonnet. And would bring women very nice clothes to wear. I kind of like that. I'm into the Harper's Bazaar version. She brings the girls, gays, and theys pretty things to wear if they've been good. I like that. They were splitting the work. Look at them. That's kind of cute. All right, Mrs. Claus. Honestly, that's not the blue or the gold dress. That's funny. Nah, she'd bring the good shit. I trust her. But I think that's part of the reason I like The Year Without a Santa Claus so much, is because Mrs. Claus really kind of takes the reins for that movie. And, you know, her character is a lot more fleshed out than usual. So I enjoy that. Alright, so we've done Saint Nick with a little Mrs. Claus, Krampus, Frau Perchta, the Bellschnickel, aka Dirty Santa Claus. Let's move over to Iceland. Let's get out of Germany for a second. You know, I don't remember that episode of Billy and Mandy, Dally. I'll be straight with you. I don't remember. Okay, let's go over to Iceland and talk about the Christmas troll, Grýla. Let me see if I can get a better picture of her. Grýla. Yeah, no, she's got to hold down the fort, man. Let's see. Gosh, all these depictions are so different. I guess I'll go with this one. I like drawings. We do love a commanding woman. All right. Oh, they have. I didn't know they had a Christmas special. Interesting. I love a good Christmas special. Alright. So here's Grilla chasing after some naughty children. Poor Henry and Adhel. Let me stand up and stretch. I haven't had a stretch break yet. Oof. Ooh, I will take a stretch break while everybody's in Adhel. Ooh, hydrate. I'm out of water. Give me a second. Let me BRB and get some water. Hold on. Okay. Alright, we're back. I have more water. Congratulations, everyone's back. I've banished Adhel with the powers of Christ and Amazon. Alright. Those are pretty powerful things. Not sports betting! Apparently gambling is becoming a problem with young adults these days. Or at least that's what I heard. No gambling, children! Gambling is in? Oh, is it? Hi, Velcro. Velcro says Merry Christmas Eve Eve. Yeah. Gotcha isn't gambling. I was about to say. It's all them gotcha games those children are playing. Hi, Velcro. She took her fancy collar off again, so now I gotta go put her back in her normal one. She doesn't want to wear the fancy stuff. No. Alright, so here's Grilla. Grilla is a Christmas troll or an ogre from Iceland. Velcro wants to be a nudist. She wants her sleek, skinny collars back. That's her style. She doesn't want to be all frou-frou she. So, Grilla lives in a cave, and usually she stays there, but during Christmas, she emerges from the cave to hunt for naughty children. So, when she finds the naughty children, she kidnaps them, takes them to her cave, and cooks them in a vat of stew. She also has companions, the Yule lads, her 13 sons. So the Yule lads are all of her giant adult sons. And the Yule cat. So, Grilla and her naughty children, or her big children who punish naughty children. Oh, she has a husband! I didn't know she had a husband. Pickled or in a stew. Right, why do all these tales have children being eaten? I feel like that's an issue that should be discussed. Okay, so if she also shoves the children in a bag, they want to shove the children in a bag and eat them, apparently. Apparently Icelandic children are, very scared of her. Oh! Oh, they have like, there's like images of Grilla put up on some city halls for Christmas. That's kind of creepy. Huh. They have statues built where you can take pictures. There's a giant cauldron and you can go sit in the cauldron and take pictures like you're gonna get eaten by Grilla. That's a little... That's a little odd. Okay. Hello, Riri. Merry Christmas Eve. Hello, friend. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, look at this. Hold on. Let me pull this out. Look at that. You just sit in the, here's Grilla, and you're gonna sit in the cauldron. You wanna go in the soup and be stirred? Well, there it is. There she is, and there's the pot. You can go sit in the pot. I love how Iceland's like, oh, we have scary things. Let's make them tourist attractions. Where is it? Fossatun in West Iceland. They have a troll. That's in a troll garden. The true meaning of Christmas is scaring children. Honestly, Christmas was a lot more scary than it is now. It has been mellowed out very much. Nah, but that troll statue is part of a troll garden where you can see all sorts of Icelandic trolls. Some tales about Grilla say that Grilla had 15 tails. And on each tail, she had 100 balloons, and every balloon contained 20 naughty children. There's also a Grilla cauldron at the airport. Alright. She has a husband, and I am gonna butcher this name so bad. Lepaloi. They're the parents of 20 children, as well as the 13 Yule lads. That's a lot of kids. They got 33 children. Jesus H. Christ. Alright. Interesting. Oh, but he was not Grilla's first husband. Okay. We've got Grilla. Grilla was popular with the troll man. They gotta replace all the kids they eat. Okay. But these are like troll sized. A Russian one? I don't know, man. That's news to me. So Grilla's first husband was named Boli, and they also had a lot of children. But he died, and then Grilla found Lepaloi after him. Damn, and she had kids till she was 50. She bore her last children at age 50. Why wouldn't we know her name? That's some bullshit. That's nonsense. That sucks. Okay, and so Grilla and Lepaloi own the Yule Cat. which is interesting. So, let's talk about the Yule Cat, because the Yule Cat is a very interesting, is an interesting creature, and it is related to Grilla and her husband. Oh. NPR has an article about the Yule Cat. Very angy looking beastie. But it's a cat, so I like it. That's a big kitty. That is a big kitty. Oh, come on. Big kitty. Here is the Yule Cat. Big angy kitty. Yes, Riri's here for the Yule Cat. Okay, so the Yule Cat is the kitty, the pet of Grilla and Lupaloi and all of their kids. So the Yule Cat has a very, it's like Frau Persta. Frau Persta didn't like you to have a dirty house or to leave your thread unspun. Ha! Accurate size. Average sized bok choy. Yes. Yes, bok choy the Yule Cat. Very good. No, we love a grumpy cat. We really do. But the Yule Cat has a very specific Christmas item that it wants. So, it's a very large cat. It's got glowing eyes and it roams the countryside, going house to house to find children who are not wearing the new clothes they got for Christmas. This kitty cat takes your new winter sweaters and socks very seriously. So if you're an ungrateful little brat who is mad that they got clothes instead of toys for Christmas and is not wearing the Christmas clothes that they got, the Yule Cat will come after the children and, like, eat the like, it will eat you if you're not wearing your Christmas sweater, allegedly. Yep. If you're not wearing your clothes. Now, if the child did not receive new clothes, that's fine. And the cat will move along its merry way. But if the child has received new clothes and the cat sees you're not wearing them, is curtains for you. You imagine the size of the hairballs, like a fucking, like a car or something. That's ridiculous. Well, maybe someone gave you Christmas jammies. You gotta change into them. So the oldest accounts of this cat are from the 19th century. Oh, but according to Icelandic tradition, anyone who finished their chores before Christmas would get clothes as a reward. And the lazy children who didn't get their work done would have to face the Yule Cat. Interesting. Oh, well, this one says something different. This one says, if they've gotten new clothes, the cat will move along. But if the child was too lazy and didn't do their chores to get their new Christmas socks or, you know, Christmas sweaters, the cat will eat the child's Christmas dinner and then the child itself. Interesting. People wonder why children are in therapy. I guess so. Yule cat. I wonder what type of clothing this cat enjoys. So we've got Grilla, Lepaloi, and all of their children, the Yule lads. And then this cat. Hello, Velcro. You're back for the cat? She's like, I heard cats. Oh, the cat likes socks specifically. Christmas and socks. No, not the sweaters. It's the socks. I don't know. Christmas and like stockings and socks. I wonder why Christmas is so associated with socks and stockings. It does sound like a rock band. That's funny. Children of wealthier families were encouraged to donate extra pairs of socks to less fortunate families, as so to provide protection against the Yule cat. Oh, it seems the legend of the Yule cat also scared farmers into finishing their work in a timely manner so that there was enough wool, leather, and other supplies to make clothing in time for Christmas. Interesting. The legend of the Yule cat has been used to promote hard work, timeliness, and good fortune amongst the children of Iceland. Oh. The legend is supposed to have come from a figure of speech that translates to dress the cat. Huh. Why are we dressing the cat? Yes, he's cold. Needs something to sleep in. Oh yeah, big cat, big hair. Many, many cat hair. The capital city of Reykjavik has a 16-foot tall statue of the Yule cat. That's cool. I'd love to see that statue. Well, alright, Yule cat. Do your work so you can get your new Christmas socks. Christmas spirits apparently like cleanliness. And that, I believe, will take us to Italy. And this, I kind of gave a little sneak peek of this during our last stream, and this is on our thumbnail. And I'm gonna give our Italian Christmas spooky, La Befana, or the Christmas Witch. Now, she is a lot nicer than other Christmas witches. She's a lot nicer than Grilla. She's a lot nicer than Frau Persta. She is very much along the lines of Saint Nicholas. And actually, she predates Saint Nicholas. And there are some sources that say that things that La Befana does have given rise to Saint Nicholas's traditions. Right? She's so cute. She's just a little old lady. Well, technically she's not a babushka because she's Italian, but you know. No filth lickers get to be Christmas spirits. Who knew? Of course, patriarchal society has struck again. Of course. So La Befana apparently was based on a pagan goddess who was associated with Epiphany. Let's see, what is Bastrina, I think? But La Befana was, like, the legend goes, is that La Befana was a little old woman in a small village in Italy, and the wise men, the magi, were, well, I don't know if she was specifically, I don't know, Mediterranean region. And so the wise men were following the star to go and find the baby Jesus after he was born. And they stopped in this little town and needed a place to like sit, eat something, take a break. And so they meet La Befana, and she allows them in, you know, gets them some food, and they start telling her this story about how they're following the star to go find the baby king, the child king. And she gets really invested in this story. She thinks it's really cool. And so the wise men are like, would you like to come with us to meet the baby Jesus? And she thinks about it for a second, but she's like, you know, I can't. I have so much to do. I have so much sweeping to do. I have to clean my house. I really don't have time. And so the wise men, off they go. And so she continues sweeping her house, and she, you know, keeps thinking on it, and she regrets her decision not to go with them. So she grabs a gift for the baby Jesus and runs out of her house, broom still in hand, and tries to find the wise men. But they're long gone, and she can't find them. So on Epiphany, she goes around to houses with children in them and leaves a gift, hoping that one of those gifts will be for the baby Jesus. And so she leaves gifts from house to house because she doesn't know where the child king is. So she just leaves gifts for all the children in hopes that her gift will make it to baby Jesus. Right? I was like, they definitely took the scenic route if they went there. I mean, I don't know. Following a star is not exactly the best map, but that's what they had. But another version of the legend says that she did go with the wise men, and she was able to give her gift to the baby Jesus. And Jesus named her like a guardian or a patron of children. And the story in that legend is that she had a child who passed away, and so she wanted to give a gift to the baby Jesus because she couldn't give gifts and love to that child of hers who had died. And so because she didn't have any children of her own, the baby Jesus was like, you are a guardian for all the children. And so then she started going into houses every Epiphany, leaving gifts for all of the children to provide love for every child on the Epiphany. And I kind of like that version better because it gives her, you know, it's not as sad. But those are the two kind of legends of La Befana. Now, her flying on a broom didn't come until later because she was known as, you know, she liked to keep a very tidy house. She wants everything to be clean. She was always sweeping. And I think this riding on a broom came from the fact that she would go down a chimney to get into these houses and leave the gifts. Now, allegedly, this going down the chimney business, because she predates Santa Claus, and so Santa Claus is also known for going down the chimney. Now, apparently, it is known that La Befana went down chimneys because all of these, like, Neolithic houses, that's where the entrance of the house was like you would come in from above the house. Like you couldn't go in, like front doors were not a thing at this time. So going down into the house was the only way you could like get into it. So that was perfectly normal for La Befana to be doing. But by the time the legend of Santa Claus came around, going down the chimney had to be this like weird magical thing because that's not the way houses were built anymore. You know, she was the chimney home intruder. Listen, she would, and the children are encouraged to leave La Befana a glass of wine and snacks, like dates and honey and like olives and very Mediterranean shit, right? Like, instead of milk and cookies, she's like, give me some wine, like give me girl dinner. And I will bring gifts. Give me girl dinner to sustain my flight around Italy. Yes, she's the wine auntie, and I love that for her. So yes, the children will leave her snackies and a little wine, a little charcuterie board. She'll have her nom, 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 her little snack, and off she goes. So there are folklorists and scholars who think that a lot of these things, leaving out snacks and, you know, going down the chimney, that most people attribute to Santa Claus, started with La Befana. So yeah, she usually leaves sweets, candies, toys, and it does say that later on it was said that she leaves coal to bad children, but at the time of when the legend originally started, leaving coal was a good thing because coal was like a resource at that time. So leaving coal was originally for everybody, not just bad children. But then, you know, trends changed and the children did not want coal. So the coal was for bad children later on. But yeah, there's La Befana. I like her. Then the Fire Nation attack. No. Oh, it's the night before Epiphany. Excuse me, January 5th. So that on Epiphany, the children wake up and they see their gifts. So it's January 5th. She is grandmotherly but witch-like. The target of endless mockery, but deeply beloved, ridiculous and dignified. Domestic, yet a wanderer. Weak and dependent, yet feared and powerful. So she's kind of a different one. She's your favorite so far? Right, I like her. She's just like me, for real, for real. She's just doing her best, man. Doing her best. Oh, and besides leaving gifts, she will sweep the floor before she leaves your house. So there's a gift for the adults. Right? Yeah, it is very similar to Santa Claus. Leave the 24th and then open the presents on the 25th. So, but yeah, she cleans the house. She's like, you know what? I'm going to leave some gifts for the kids, but I'm going to sweep the floor with my broom so the parents have a nice clean house when they wake up. And I kind of love that. So she's like Frau Persta, but, oh, if you're sleepy, go to bed, you goober. This is La Befana. She predates she's like Italian Santa Claus, but she predates Santa Claus. And not only does she leave gifts for children, she cleans the house for the adults. So she's really cool. She's just a nice little granny. Nice little granny. And actually, there is a podcast episode of one of my favorite podcasts called Ghouls Night In. It's a couple of Midwestern spooky fans talking about different spooky topics every Tuesday. And last Tuesday, their topic was La Befana. So I heard them do the podcast episode. And they have a lot more about like her pagan goddess connections. In the podcast episode, so if you're interested in that, I would definitely go listen to Ghouls Night In. Yes, yeah, check out the VOD, listen to the podcast. Good night, Henry. I hope you have a lovely Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and I'll see you hopefully on Friday. Bye! Sleep well. Good night. Seeing your house clean when it wasn't last night must be simultaneously relieving and horrifying, right? That's so funny. I mean, there are also, there are plenty of, like, spirits that are, said in general folklore to like clean your house if you leave them offerings, which is kind of cool. Right, clean my house to save me from getting stabbed or having my thread burned. Right, it's like the Italian Good Witch and the Wicked Witch of Germany. That's so funny. Ah. But yes, that is... And there are actually festivals for La Befana in Italy every year. And there are a lot of like goods for sale with her on it. Like in Italy, there's witch stockings. Like you have a witch on a stocking, but it's not just a Halloween person celebrating Christmas. It's La Befana on the stocking so that she can put the gifts in there. And I think that's really cute. But yeah, there's little like markets or like parades or celebrations dedicated to her in Italy. And of course, there's plenty of women who will dress up as La Befana, especially in the town of Urbania. So there's a festival between January the 2nd and January the 6th in Urbania. And there is a little, like, mailbox that is specifically for her in the town. So the children can give their letters to La Befana, just to her mailbox. That's the only letters to her go in that mailbox. And it's cute. I like it. And there's, like, poems and songs about her, so, yeah, she's cool. She's probably the nicest Christmas spirit that we're talking about this evening, I would say. Consumerism invades all. Yeah! That's just how capitalism works, goddammit. Okay. So that's La Befana. I know Henry mentioned Hans Trap. So I guess, Henry, you'll have to hear about this from the VOD. But I have not heard Hans Trap. Oh, shoot. We've lost our music. I forgot to put it on repeat. Please excuse me. I was like, why is it so quiet? It's because I forgot to put the playlist on repeat. That's why. Okay. Hans Trap. What does this man have to do with what? God, we're going back into terrifying territory over here. Jesus. All right. Ah, yes. Thank you, Elita. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so that, he's titled Hans Trap, the Christmas Cannibal Scarecrow. That is horrific, but okay. I guess that's what we're going for. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. All right. That's... Phew. Hans Trap. I don't know. I'm trying to find something that's not, like, super scary to put up here. I guess that'll work. Why must it be so scary? Hans Trap. We must scare the children, allegedly. Okay. So here was like the least scariest picture I could find. Which is saying something. Right, I was about to say, it just sounds like a German dude, but okay. Alright, so Hans Trapp, the Christmas cannibal scarecrow. Alright, so in life, he was a knight. So he was known initially as Hans von Trotha, a German knight and the marshal of the Prince Elector of the Palatinate. Palatinate? Palatinate. I don't know how to say it. He was born at like 1450. He was powerful, had influence, 2 castles, and earned the French honorary title of Chevalier d'Or. The strife that unfolded between von Trotha and the church led to his excommunication. So, he was associated with the Black Knight, sometimes linked to Santa Claus. He was a goth, she was a glamour girl, god damn it. Before television and video games, scaring children was apparently the primary form of entertainment. I guess so. So, some say that his thirst for power led him down a treacherous path into making deals with the devil. Now, with his dreams of power shattered, he retreated to the Bavarian mountains, and he brooded, as, you know, people do. And his once human desires twisted into something dark and sinister. So during his isolation in the mountains, he developed a taste for the forbidden, aka human flesh. So he transformed somehow into the Christmas scarecrow, draped in straw, waiting on desolate roads for an unsuspecting victim. The children still love being scared. They have Freddy Fazbear now. Okay. I still haven't seen the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So, one day, a young shepherd's boy, very innocent, crossed paths with the Christmas scarecrow. Now Trapp, with a heart colder than the wind, stabbed the poor lad with a sharp stick. He carried the body back to his lair, slicing it into pieces and then roasting it and eating it. The art is cool, isn't it? It's, what's the artist's name? V. Krustaleva Art. Hold on, let me write that somewhere. It is... Right, it does sound like he turned into one of those. I am not saying that word out loud because then I'd have to salt spray my whole house. But yes, Krustaleva Art. That is the artist who did that art. So if you want to look up more, there it is. Okay. So, roasting and eating children. Oh, but before he could eat, a divine lightning bolt from the heavens struck him down. So his spirit still lingers, haunting naughty children in the guise of a scarecrow, ready to pounce if they stray from the path of goodness. So he didn't actually get to eat any children, but he tried. And then Jesus said, nope. Okay, but how is he connected to Santa Claus? In some instance, Hans appears to naughty children decked out in his petrifying scarecrow ensemble and attempts to scare them straight. In other versions, the brooding figure isn't so remorseful for his past deeds, going so far as to mark the children he plans to eat for his Christmas Eve feast. Well then. The anti-children eat hammer. That's so silly. Can he scare you gay? Sure. Why not? This is so strange. An old knight who, So he used witchcraft and made deals with the devils to become rich and powerful, and then the Catholic Church excommunicated him, and he went insane. He eats the naughty children at Christmas time. Yes, he does. I'm sensing a pattern here. I am sensing a pattern of punishing and eating naughty children. Hello, Elliot. Welcome. I saw you briefly during the karaoke stream, but hey, Merry Christmas Eve Eve. Sounds like the Catholic Church is mad he was well respected, got jealous, and defamed him. Probably. Probably. That makes sense. I mean, if we don't, you know, actually believe in the devil and whatnot. Okay, let's see. Here's a fun one. That's new to me. Okay, so I found a Christmas creepy from, like, Greece, Serbia, Bulgaria, and Turkey. So let's see. Ah, yes, and we still have to go over to Wales. Oh, I don't think it's been that long. Greek Christmas trolls? Okay. Let me get our picture here. So yeah, Elliot, we are discussing Christmas spirits and spookies from around the world, and there are actually quite a lot of them, to my surprise, but a lot of them follow a similar pattern. Gilles de Rais or the Templars. True, true. Alright, so here's our Christmas trolls. And I have to... I'm just gonna copy and paste this name because it is long. What? Okay. Oops. Not that. Give me the name. The Kalikansari, the Greek Christmas trolls. You find that picture very spooky, do you? Did you miss anything else? Oh, I don't know. I had a performance at Anime Weekend Atlanta, but I wasn't physically there for that. I was just, you know, VTubing and videoing. Okay. So, the Kalikansari, the trolls of Greek Christmas, but also in Turkey and Bulgaria, etc. So... the Kalikansari, or Conceolia, were night critters. Night critters, lanky red-eyed beings with long nails and black tails, like gnomes but mysterious and agile, who would jump from one rooftop to the next and sneak their way into homes through the chimney or keyholes and trash everything in sight, steal food and children, and they especially liked children who were born on Christmas. Not a night varmint. You don't want trolls on your roof? No? So they caused a lot of, like, mischief and mayhem, a lot about pranks. So they came for the 12 days of Christmas. They came on Christmas and then stayed for 12 days until the Epiphany. I understand completely. I was really sad that I couldn't go because Crystal K was there and I wanted to see her. But you know. So, Kali Kansari are small and they limp, have a lisp, or have some other kind of flaw. They live on snakes, worms, and frogs, but they love sugar. And that's why housewives would leave sweets in different spots in the house to try and bribe them into being nice and not trashing everything. They hate the sun, fire, the cross, and holy water. They also have very short attention spans. So as much as they hope to do harm, it's usually, like, not anything super big beyond general mischief. Ooh, I didn't know Nami Tamaki was gonna be there. Interesting. You also hate the sun? So a lot of Greek Christmas traditions were created in order to keep these trolls or goblins out of the house. So families would burn a large thorny piece of wood in the fireplace, and it was kept burning throughout the 12-day period to make sure that these little bastards didn't come down their chimney. Some people would also fill a giant pot with a concoction of barley, and the smell would attract them, and then they would go down the chimney and fall into the boiling pot to their doom. That's kind of funny. Daily, the ashes from the fireplace would be collected and scattered outside, around the house, in the stables, the garden, the olive groves, and anywhere else to drive away the evil. Most houses also had the sign of the cross burnt into the entrance, believed to keep them away. Other ways of keeping the Kali Kansari distracted and out of trouble included burning an old shoe in the fireplace, hanging a pig jaw behind their front door, burning incense, or hanging cured meats inside the chimney. The best was leaving a sieve around. With a short attention span and not too smart, the Kali Kansari gather and try to count the holes in the sieve. By the time they're done, the sun is out and they have to go away until nightfall. They look like ninjas! Demon ninjas. That's so funny. Ooh, okay. So they go away every year on January 6th. Greeks celebrate the blessing of the waters, also known as Epiphany Day. Epiphany is the brightest day of the year and brings the holiday season to a close. This is also the last day the Kali Kansari have on Earth. The wood is burned away, the fragrance of incense fills the air, and in the past, the priests of the local church would go through each home, blessing each home with a batch of basil dipped in holy water. And intimidated by all of this holiness and the light and the love, the Kali Kansari were going back into the hollows of the earth and away for the rest of the year. I know, Elliot, we've had multiple mentions of January 6th throughout this video because originally the 12 days of Christmas were December 25th to January 6th, but unfortunately we in the States have another event that we remember January 6th by, and I don't want to talk about it. But yes, we've had plenty of that. But yeah, they're just mischievous little bastards. Three Kings Day. Very true. Very, very true. Here's another picture of the Kali Kansari. Here's something with a bit more detail for you. This is what they're thought to look like. So there's that. Yeah. I think let's just do maybe one or two more, but we have to go over to Wales for our friend, the Marichud. My Welsh is ass, but I'm trying. It is kind of satyr-like, isn't it? They say that the feet could be different. Some have like monkey feet or like horse feet, deer feet, pig feet. Like it all depends. Okay, so the Marichud. I have a special place in my heart for this one. I love it. And this is still a tradition that is done today in Wales. Hey! Oh, it's past midnight for you. Well, Merry Christmas Eve for you. Alright. Oh! I gotta make you bigger. Make bigger. You want to be part of the wassailing? I love a good wassail. So there is our Marichud, our horse skull. A Welsh tradition. Those Celts. Crazy. Crazy Celts. Marichud. Did y'all see there was like live streaming of winter solstice celebrations at Stonehenge? That was kind of cool to watch. So the Marichud is still practiced in Wales. So, in the darkest months of the Welsh year, a white horse appears. The mysterious and menacing Marichud. So, the Marichud has lights or baubles for eyes. Her mane is made of colorful streamers or holly and ivy. A white cloak falls from the skull attached to a pole which is held by the person inside it. They control the character's mischievous nature, often snapping the jaw of the skull at you. So the origins of the name are a little mysterious. So there's one Welsh translation which means gray mare, connecting it to the heritage of pale horses in Celtic mythology, many of which can cross over into the underworld. The other translation for Marichud is Grey Mary. Some scholars have linked her to a legend connecting to the nativity story. No, I don't want to take a survey. I want to keep reading the article. A pregnant horse sent out of the stables when Mary arrived to have Jesus. So she spent the dark winter days roaming the land, trying to find somewhere else to give birth. So that's one part of the legend, but there are a lot of people who believe that Marichud came from pagan origins, but there's a lot of information that was lost to time. So the origins of this are a little cloudy. So, Marichud is taken around a village between Christmas Day and Twelfth Night, or Epiphany, dressed with all of her festive decorations, accompanied by singers, and other characters like a jester and a lady. So, when the group would get to a house, right, Mary and Jesus kicked out the horse. Well, I think it was the innkeeper that kicked out the horse. I don't think Jesus would have minded, but When the group with the Malichiud goes to a house, they knock on the door and they sing Welsh language songs or wassels. And it traditionally involves an exchange of rude rhymes with the person who lives in the house. Now, you have to come back to every rhyme that the Malichiud says with your own rhyme. And if you run out of ideas before they do, you have to let in the Malichiud and her, posse into your house and, give them something to drink. But if the Malichiud does go into your house, it's said to bring you good luck for the year. But she likes to be a little mischievous and chase people around and have a good time. So she's very interesting. The first written record of the tradition is from a book written in 1800 called A Tour Through Part of North Wales. And there's different hooded animals in other parts of Britain, so there are similar traditions elsewhere. Oh, and the tradition started to change later on. Yes, we did talk a little bit of Saturnalia. We did. Do I know any limericks? Do I? I mean, I bought, a 5-line poem with a rhyme scheme. I don't know any off the top of my head, but we could look. It actually started in County Limerick, which is in Ireland. So there's a town named Limerick in Ireland, and that's where this form of poetry came from. I actually do have books, sheet music of, different Irish folk songs that I wanted to, take a look at, because I bought them in Ireland when I was there in October. Yes, Wales is also known as Cymru. Yep. And Welsh people are Cymraeg. I do believe. I don't know as much about Wales as I do about Ireland, but I've picked up a few things here and there. Oh, I lost my page. Where did I go? So, Methodists and other Christians criticized the Malichiud in the 19th century, and tried to, get the tradition to end. But the people didn't want to listen because they liked their horse skull and they wanted to keep it around. Cymru is a cool name, isn't it? Honestly, really, I just really want Wales to be independent from the United. I want Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland to be free. Free. The Welsh have dealt with so much shit. No, I did not visit Cardiff Castle. No, I visited other castles, but not that one. So let me get you. There's a video of the Malichiud from BBC Cymru. And we don't have to watch the whole thing, but I think it's fun. So you can see a bit of the tradition. What is my computer doing? What are you doing? What is happening? That's not full screen. Give me full screen. There we go. All right. I'll turn the volume up. So here's the person as the Malichiud, decked out in all her tinsel. So there they are singing. When does the person... Oh, well, here's a little close-up. Alright, where's the person answering the door? Oh, the person's singing through the door, so they don't open the door until they run out of rhymes. So the man inside the house is singing to them. And here he comes back with his retort. Yes! Madi Hjod, original drag queen. And I don't know, this doesn't have any. Does it have captions? No, it's auto generated, so we don't know what they're saying. Do they eventually get in?
Ag an cofio'r fari lwyd yn dod yn gros I mewn at y cwmni.
They get in the house! Okay. So that was an older... I don't know when that was. 1966. That's when that video... Right, I love the Welsh language. Where is... I think there's a more modern video. See, here's some modern Madi Hjod. It's from Wales.com, baby. Okay, here's a more recent video. Can I full screen it? Yes, I can. Oh, I had the sound off. They're snapping the jaw of the skull. Well, there is somebody in drag. Look at that. Yeah, so this is something that is still done in Wales today. And there are some like Welsh communities in the States who will do this as a part of their New Year's Grinch, tradition. Hush. So yeah, that's the Madi Hjod. If I'm pronouncing that right, I really hope I am. I think the L and the W makes a sh sound. But yeah, that is a real horse's skull. So I don't know. Anybody interested in Welsh history should watch the Cambrian Chronicles. Okay. Hell yeah, I'm into it. Oh, Cambrian Chronicles. Let's see. What have you got for me?
I've been losing my...
Yo, that's so cool. The #1 Welsh history channel. Yeah, boy. They have a video on medieval cat laws. Love that. Thanks for the recommendation. British TV went into color a few years later, 1916. Oh, okay. So we got that right before. Oh, okay. So Dally asked me about a limerick. Yes, I do recognize that. There was an old man on the border who lived with the utmost disorder. He danced with the cat, made tea in his hat, which vexed all the folks on the border. Oh, here's one for you, Pillow. There was a small boy of Quebec who was buried in snow to his neck. When they said, "Are you frizz?" he replied, "Yes, I is, but we don't call this cold in Quebec." That's funny. So I guess they would do these kind of things, but in Welsh. Back and forth through the door. Damn! Sometimes the back and forth through the door would go on for like an hour until one side gave up. So some of these people were really stubborn. That's funny. If the Mahdi side lost the contest, they would have to leave without being admitted into the house. However, this would be quite a rare occurrence as the Mahdi entering the building was thought to bring good luck, so they would usually win or be allowed to win. Once inside, the entertainment continued with the Mahdi running around and neighing and snapping its jaws, creating havoc and frightening the children while the leader pretended to try and restrain it. Oh, you want a rude limerick? Let's see. Gotta frighten the children. Yeah, we do. Let's see. Let's look at some Christmas limericks to close out our evening. Here's one called The Mischievous Elf. An elf with a cheeky grin loved to dance and spin. In Santa's workshop, he'd hop and he'd bop, spreading the joy from within. Ooh, The Caroling Cat. There once was a cat who could sing. Carols of Christmas she'd bring. With a meow and a purr in her festive fur, she'd make the holiday bells ring. Some of these aren't exactly the correct rhythm, but I like it. Okay, here's one about a Christmas turkey. At Christmas, a turkey named Ted heard he was the feast and fled. With a gobble and dash, he made quite the splash and ate Christmas pudding instead. Okay. What about mischievous limericks? I can spell. Rude limericks, hee hee. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Hold on, I have to look and see if this is, oh no, that is not appropriate. I can't read that. Ha! God. Here's a silly one for you. There once was a rogue named Mick Sweeney. I can't say this. There once was a rogue named Mick Sweeney who spilled some fine gin on his weenie. Then just to be couth, he added vermouth and slipped the king's wife a martini. Ha ha! A pirate, history relates, was scuffin' with some of his mates when he slipped on a cutlass which rendered him nutless and practically useless on dates. Okay, here's another one. There once was a wizard from Madras whose balls were made out of brass. So in stormy weather he'd clack 'em together and lightning would shoot out his ass. Just thinking of like these things would be said through the door with a horse skull next to you. That's so silly. There once was a cleric named Tristan, whose ale that he'd ordered was pissed in. He said, "I don't think," as he spat out his drink on the menu, "that this one was listed." Don't need those to be useful on dates. I guess not. That's very true. I had me a wench from East Broint, who bade me her skin to anoint. The girl had arthritis, and so I decided she wouldn't mind one more stiff joint. Let me see. I'm going to find one more, and then we're going to wrap it up. Right? Like, you'd have to stand there holding up this fucking skull. Maybe the stick was long enough for it to reach the ground. Maybe you could just lean on it. But yeah, that would be a pain in the arms, wouldn't it? Oh, this one's interesting. There was a man from Khartoum who took a lesbian up to his room. They argued all night over who had the right to do what, for how much, and to whom. Sorry, I'm trying to read these and see which ones to read out loud. That's probably why it's switching. All right. Ugh. There you go. There's your naughty poems for Christmas. Ugh. All right. It is getting late. So I think we're going to wrap up for the night. But lots and lots of Christmas spookies. Lots of good things. Thank you, Martha Claus. You're welcome. All right, so the next stream for this week is going to be on Friday at 6 p.m. Friday at 6. We're going to be finally, the third time should be the fucking charm, to do our Kai Guy Idol watch party for the green image color idols. I've got the playlist. We're ready to go, so we should be able to do things. All righty. Oh, Pam is having a VTuber Christmas concert. Let's go say hi to Pam. Let's go ahead and listen to some Christmas music in the final, 30 minutes of Christmas Eve. Good night, Marshmallows. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for talking Christmas spookies with me. It was a good time. I hope you have a lovely holiday. Very cozy, very warm, very happy. And I will see you, I hope, on Friday. Bye, everybody. Merry Christmas!